All right, hello everyone. This is Krodak coming at you. This is game one in a series. As I check my recording devices, yes, everything does seem to be working. As this will be a game between JuicyFruit versus Porno Sonic here on Amazonia. Now, I need to double check something really fast. Okay, everything does seem to be working out pretty well for me. Now, I want to actually apologize out there. I know that you guys have. I know that you guys or many of you guys have my best interest at heart and want me to become more popular and really want me to be successful in terms of casting WarCraft 3. That's something that I've been wanting, and it was a dream of mine for a very, very long time to take maybe center stage at an MLG or some other major event out there. Now, I think my time has pretty much come and gone for StarCraft 2, and I'm really holding on to WarCraft 3 casting because, well, it's enjoyable and there's not that much of a market out there, so I really feel like I'm obligated to you guys to actually cast these games. Now, that does mean that sometimes I do end up casting these games when I'm awfully tired and I'm not on my A game, and then there are some of you guys who feel the need to call me out on it. And yes, I do need to be called out on the fact when I don't bring my A game, because if I don't bring my A game, then how am I ever going to get more viewers and really promote WarCraft 3? We are going to see some Ancient of War creeping and Demon Hunter action early on. Pretty much everything that you see is just a pretty standard MO. Now, the Ultra of Elders, 15 more seconds until that Demon Hunter should be popping out, but I believe it was actually a little bit delayed here. Meanwhile, the Death Knight on the north side, it is going to be a Death Knight versus the Demon Hunter fight, as JuicyFruit is also a little bit behind in terms of lumber. He did actually send out this one ghoul pretty early in the game to try and take and do some wisp harassment. So that does mean that we should have a delay in terms of taking the tier 2. You can see JuicyFruit only sitting on 50 lumber right now, which is fairly low, as we see the Ancient of War now going to town against this rogue creep camp. Now, unfortunately, he aggroed both sets of creeps, meaning that he's not really dealing any damage over here, even though he is absorbing some of that damage. So that was a little bit of a misstep by Porno Sonic, as the Demon Hunter now going after the Renegade Wizard. This Death Knight versus Demon Hunter matchup, both sides opting to stay on their side of the map. Now, I am trying to make a little bit more of a conscious decision to not just tell you what's happening in terms of the screen, but what should be happening here. So we can see that the Death Knight is doing basic creeping on both sides, and we are going to have a lot of interaction. The Demon Hunter can now afford to make his way off and try to do some harassment of his own, only with an Archer and an Ancient of War back. Now, I know this looks extremely easy, but Porno Sonic is doing what you call multitasking here, making sure that the Ancient of War doesn't get the last hit on any of these two creep camps. You can see 113 hit points. You're like, what's the chances that this Ancient of War would actually take it down? Fairly high, actually, as we now see the Demon Hunter now coming in here. I believe the Ancient of War could have gotten one more hit, as the Demon Hunter now trying to engage and perhaps get in a little bit of damage onto these units. Now, the Demon Hunter does get off a mana burn here onto the unit, and normally you wouldn't really want to be wasting mana burns, say, onto any other hero except for an Archmage and a Death Knight. Direct mana loss does have a very, very strong correlation to how much creeping or how effective they are there, even though the Demon Hunter will be behind in mana in the upcoming fights. Now the Demon Hunter making its way back off to the north. It could try and come in the backside here, and you can see this, the timing on this is just absolutely brilliant. JuicyFruit is actually teching the tier 2, so he cannot afford to lose any of these Acolytes. Now the Acolytes are actually being pulled away here, and as they're being pulled away, that means that they are not mining at full capacity either. What can the Acolytes do? Not really much here, as the Demon Hunter actually techs Immolation Aura in here as well. Very, very interesting. You can see that, one Acolyte will get taken down, and also a lot of damage being dealt across multiple units. Another Acolyte could have gotten taken down there. No, it does not, as we see JuicyFruit actually forced to cancel his tech to tier 2 to train up an Acolyte. The Necropolis and that Lich, the second hero, and the Slaughterhouse, all of that is going to be significantly delayed, as JuicyFruit did not want to deal with the loss of income. Coming back over here, Porno Sonic is already a quarter of the way to Tree of Ages, and getting that Ancient of Wonders. Meanwhile, back off to the north, the Demon Hunter is pretty much back up to full, but you can see that he's depleted 3 of his Moon Wells in order to do so. Now, this Demon Hunter is pretty much a one-man army, but with him using Mana Burn and Immolation, that aura around him, or that debuff around him, means that he will be draining through his mana extremely quickly. Death Knight now attempting to take down all of these units here. The Demon Hunter, is he going to get off another mana burn? No, I don't think he should do so. He should perhaps just be going after acolytes, or not acolytes, going after ghouls here, as the skeletal minions actually causing a little bit of problem. There is that immolation now, and oh, this could be a huge play. The Death Knight could end up losing 1 ghoul. Yeah, 1 ghoul there. Another ghoul could have been lost, but the Demon Hunter, extremely low on hit points, decides to actually go back in once more. That Demon Hunter down to 58, down to 19 hit points, and the ghouls and the Death Knight is attempting to chase. This is going to be such a wide open corner, as the Demon Hunter able to win the foot race and return back home. Now, I'm expecting Porno Sonic to pick up a Moonstone here. I'm not quite sure why he didn't. He really needs that artificial Nightfall and those Moon Wells to be constantly full. He's already pretty much sipped every little bit of Moon Juice out of those Moon Wells, as now the archers may get caught in open field. Alright, the Demon Hunter now once again using that Immolation, trying to deal so much damage. The AoE damage is incredibly high. You can see, I believe, the damage based on that Demon Hunter is crazy high there, as the Immolation now turned off because of lack of mana. All right, what are we going to see here? We're going to see that the Demon Hunter and the Death Knight both making their ways in. You can also see that the skeletal minions and the ghouls are try and come back around. The Demon Hunter very low on hit points. Where is he going to go? Is he going to be able to slip through? Oh, he is going to be able to slip through right there. And the Death Knight cannot stick around, as there is a panda nearby. That panda with Breath of Fire will be able to blow down any of the other low hit point ghouls that were standing a little bit too close to that Demon Hunter. All right, little bit of creeping now going on. Meanwhile, the Death Knight now sitting at level 3. Tech to tier 2. No, tech straight to tier 3. We are not training up a Lich as of yet, as the Demon Hunter is still trying to swish through here. We are going to get a Naga Sea Witch as the second hero. And the cold arrows now impaling the back of that Demon Hunter. That Demon Hunter looking to pull back again. All right, Immolation once again being used. This is not your typical strategy whatsoever. The Demon Hunter looks like he will be able to get his ghoul and now run away once more, down to 82 hit points. And that Demon Hunter does have a bit of a death wish. All right, you can see all of these Moon Wells pretty much depleted. And this is what I was saying earlier. The Demon Hunter really needed to use a Moonstone to try and keep those Moon Wells filled. All right, there's a Breath of Fire. Doesn't hit any of the important units, though, and doesn't get a kill onto that low hit point ghoul. All right, Mana Burn onto a Naga Sea Witch. The Naga Sea Witch extremely low on hit points, now trying to get away. Is the Demon Hunter going to get his Naga Sea Witch? Yes, he does. Potion of Healing also used on the Demon Hunter, as the Demon Hunter now turns back around. All right, looking to go after all the units here. You can see that the Demon Hunter now just going after all of the units. Archers, wow, a surround where 2 of the units are illusions. Beautifully done, but a Breath of Fire beautifully used as well in order to stop the surround. If you didn't know, summoned units generally take more damage, so the Breath of Fire and detonation from a Wisp able to free that Archer, as I believe the Archer got away. Not 100% sure. You'll have to come back and take a look at it. Very difficult to watch on the replay. On the replay, because I can't rewind. This is WarCraft 3. Panda now attempting to engage against the Troll Shadow Priest and these units down over here. Sasquatch taking a bit of damage. You can see that the Sasquatch is attempting to take down this Ancient of War, but will not be able to do so. The Ancient of War should perhaps be healing himself up by eating trees right now, as the forest trolls will end up just focusing onto that Ancient of War without really dealing serious damage. Now, the Demon Hunter is still going up against the Death Knight Naga Sea Witch combination. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if a Lich is going to be started, or a Lich is started, just because that Lich is so powerful. The problem right now for JuicyFruit is he is so far behind in terms of supply that he doesn't really have much of an army. You can see 24 to 39. I believe it's higher now that we started to train up some other units, but it's still 32 and 15 supply of that is heroes. So that is a rather small army. Panda, Demon Hunter now alongside bears. Bears of Porno Sonic should be more than enough to keep things interesting for the Demon Hunter. The Demon Hunter gonna be very, very durable in these upcoming fights. Skeletal Minion walking through simply gets taken out here, as we now see that the corners of the maps with all of those high-level creep camps are pretty much all that are left. All right, Granite Golem is going to be taking a little bit of damage here, and there you have it. There is that Ancient of War absorbing a bit of damage as the Granite Golem now comes in. Demon Hunter may try to come in and perhaps take down this Granite Golem rather quickly. He does have an Orb of Venom, so you can see slow poison and Venom now being used onto that Granite Golem. That Granite Golem actually going to take a lot of damage over time as another Thunderclap comes in. Hood of Cunning most likely will be on that Panda, as it is both an agility hero and also needing a lot of mana for that Breath of Fire. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the Naga Sea Witch Lich Death Knight combination. 3-1-1 in terms of hero compared to the Pandas. The Pandas level 4 or level 3, excuse me, and I believe the Demon Hunters level 4? No, almost level 4, level 3 and what, 9/10, I guess. 20 experience needed. Any corner of an experience camp or any little bit of experience is going to be more than enough. Renegade Wizard is going to give level 4 to that Demon Hunter. The Panda not too far from level 4 either. If the Demon Hunter actually decided to back off, the Panda would be really close to level 4. No, they are just going to continue creeping together as the Dryads make their way out and doing a little bit of a split thing. Naga Sea Witch sitting at level 1, Lich sitting at level 1. Meanwhile, the Death Knight sitting at level 3. The Death Knight should not be a part of this creeping. The Lich will get to level 2 off of this creep camp, off of the Renegade Wizard, and I believe the Brigand, but that's pretty much going to be it there. There's a little bit of experience more as the Dryads are now poking down the Naga Sea Witch. Are we going to perhaps just see Abolish Magic onto that Naga Sea Witch? An illusion, as the illusion just dissipates in a matter of seconds, or disappears in a matter of seconds. All right. Porno Sonic does have one Druid Claw off to the north. Down over here, you can see that the Death Knight and the Lich with the Destroyers still doing a bit of creeping on the far side. Demon Hunter now ventures forth a little bit too far, takes a rejuvenation, but is he going to be able to escape? I don't think so. No. The Death Knight gets off a Death Coil, taking down the Demon Hunter, and that is going to be going from bad to worse for Porno Sonic. Porno Sonic had a Squirrel Town portal on that unit, but he decided not to use it, and I'm not quite sure why. He is really sticking into a fight that he really has no reason to belong to, as the Death Knight may get off another Death Coil onto that Destroyer. The Destroyer looks like it is going to be down to 22 hit points, and there it goes. The Death Knight without enough mana, unable to finish the job there, as we now see an Abomination going to get lost as well. JuicyFruit, who did have such a strong advantage after taking out that all-important Demon Hunter, now in a little bit of trouble as his army is starting to fall apart. All right, let's see. The Panda now uses a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Are the Dryads going to be able to finish off, yes, a Destroyer there, as the Bear now trying to escape. Bear down to 0 armor, taking full damage, everything, as opposed to a 22% damage reduction. That is rather significant, and now that Panda will perhaps be returning home here and being able to rejuvenate, heal back up. Oh, Hood of Cunning let down very quickly. He should pick back that up in just a moment after the rejuvenation goes off. No, the rejuvenation is still continuing, as we're now looking at the Naga Sea Witch venturing off to the north. Okay, Death Knight, Abominations, Lich, Naga Sea Witch, all working closely together, and they will be into the top right side of the map. Meanwhile, the Panda sitting at level 4, and the Bears looking to creep out this gold mine creep camp, as we still see maybe perhaps a bit of a center battle going on. This is still anyone's game, even though I do have a favorite in mind already. You can take a look at the Undead player 422 compared to a 4-4, I believe. And a 4-4 with the Demon Hunter just now making its way back out. This could be for a rather interesting fight. All right, Panda now gets Frost Nova. Are we going to get mana burn? Yes, we are. Not that much mana to burn. There's a Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire as the unit. Wait, Staff of Preservation is back over here. So yes, the Dryad is already back home as we're still looking at a very strong chase. The Demon Hunter looking to chase down these units, but without any way to slow down any of these units here. The Demon Hunter is just going to quickly find himself out of position as now the Dryads are adding a bit of slow poison. The slow poison counteracting the Death Knight's unholy aura, and that Abomination is walking extremely slowly. And not out of effort, though. It is trying to make its way through. But no, what was that? Was that a death pack or a dark ritual? I'm not 100% sure. I would assume dark ritual. But there just doesn't seem enough mana on that lich. So it could have been death pack there. As the Death Knight does have a significant amount of hit points now. Alright, let's take a look. Bears, Panda, Demon Hunter now all working together again. Meanwhile, we are going to go ahead and creep out this gold mine creep camp at the 6 o'clock position. It is absolutely getting pummeled and torn apart. It should end up falling here in a matter of seconds as the Demon Hunter and the Panda will be level 4 and level 5 respectively. The Panda just shy of level 5, 37 experience away as the Staff of Teleportation now brings over the Demon Hunter. The Demon Hunter now goes after the Lich, really going to town on this unit there, as now that the Lich, after taking a couple of mana burns, now able to back off the Demon Hunter extremely low on hit points. Oh, uses the Scroll of Town Portal just at the right time this time around, saving his Demon Hunter, knowing that his Demon Hunter has to live to fight another day. Demon Hunter now ready to go, sitting on 153 supply. JuicyFruit now coming in with the Death Knight, Obsidian statues, Abominations, Naga Sea Witch, Crypt Fiends, attempting to clear out this creep camp here at the 12 o'clock position. Bears and Dryads are now rolling through the center, and this is important. The Demon Hunter now making his way off to the north. Dryads now making their way off to the 3 or 4 o'clock position. You can see Rock Golems are ready to go, and they will be dealing a lot of damage to these units. But as long as it's not a creepjack, Porno Sonic should be okay. But what is going on here? It looks as though JuicyFruit knows exactly what's going on. The Demon Hunter now ventured a little bit too far away, now needs to get away as the Death Knight is able to back off in time. Potion of Greater Mana. The Granite Golems, however, are still there, as the Dryads now still going up against a Lich. That Dryad pretty much going, haha, you can't hit me. So far, what's going to be happening next? Let's take a look at a Bear in Druid form quickly taken out, and JuicyFruit still continuing this pressure and this push, doing a great job here. There's a mana burn. There's a Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, but it really didn't hit that many units at all, as the Destroyers are going after the heroes. No, after realizing that they can't take down the heroes any longer, just go after those other units here, perhaps some Wisp or a Bear. That would give an extremely strong advantage, as the Bears do take extra bonus damage from these Destroyers. Destroyers now taking down again. Let's go with another Breath of Fire. Dryads quickly slowing down this Death Knight. The Death Knight in between a rock and a hard place will be able to escape, but not before losing a couple of his own Crypt Fiends in this battle. However, the Dryads are also getting focused down as well. And just when I thought I knew who was going to win, I still have no idea. Death Knight now making their way, climbing up to the top right-hand side of the map. Are they going to be able to really do anything here? Dryads constantly separated from the main group of units, as we're looking at 35 over 70 compared to 59 over 80. JuicyFruit is looking like he's in dominant control of this game. He also has his expansion already up, and now the ghouls are being brought over. Wait, what is going on here? A ghoul and a Death Knight being brought over. The Dryads perhaps trying to resurrect a tavern hero is not able to do so, and you can still see that there was one ward right there by Porno Sonic, so he'll know if his opponent is trying to put pressure at the natural expansion. And just at the right time, Porno Sonic has started to mine here. Hasn't really mined that much yet. And what is the Panda looking to do now? The Panda could venture forth over here, perhaps buy a scroll of healing. No, sells the potion of mana, which is a huge surprise. Why would you sell the potion of mana, drop the hood of cunning, quaff it, and then pick it back up? You'll have full mana or near it at this time. As we're looking at still the Demon Hunter and waiting for its resurrection. Lich, Death Knight, Naga Sea Witch all working together here. It looks as though the Naga Sea Witch taking a bit of damage from that Rock Golem. Not too worried though. They're going to turn around and fight it now. And all of a sudden, JuicyFruit looks like he's in dominant control of the game. He has hero level. He doesn't have economic advantage, but a hero level and item level, and he doesn't have the same conundrum in terms of what units should I build. As we were looking at the Demon Hunter venturing forth a little bit too far, this could be very, very bad news. And there is a Staff of Preservation. All right, the Death Knight now is still leading the charge here, maybe able to get off an easy kill onto a ghoul. Yes, there's another kill. Another kill could be coming in as well. There, no, that does not get taken out, as the Demolisher is still bringing up the rear here. Another Staff of Preservation. Porno Sonic desperately on the run. Will it be able to get back home? Yes, it will, but not before. Another group of the Death Knights. Another group of Death Knights and Destroyers and Crypt Fiends now ready again. All right, here you go. You can see that there is one Ancient of Lore down over here. We are attempting to build more, as Porno Sonic is not really researching anything from that one particular Hunter's Hall. We are still looking to engage here. It looks like they're going to be taking a lot of damage. Staff of Preservation saves it. Meanwhile, we can still see a Disease Cloud being used, and the Disease Cloud is actually a rather effective area debuff, as long as you are not undead. If you are undead, if your opponent is undead, excuse me, then they don't take any damage from being in that Disease Cloud. All right, let's take a look. The Destroyers are still trying to chase up the rear. However, JuicyFruit sitting on a low hit point unit here, but at the cost, the Demon Hunter and the Liches have fallen on each side respectively. So now UA Porno Sonic only has one hero, that Panda to his name, who is currently sitting at level 5. Let's take a look. Are we perhaps going to see enough units to charge down the front? An A-bomb would be a perfect tanky unit as well to try to absorb and soak in some of that damage to take out where is it? I don't see it. All right, I'm just going blind. It's okay. All right, coming back off to the north, the Dryads now found the expansion of JuicyFruit. JuicyFruit now knows that he has to win with what he's got. His expansion is just going to take too long to rebuild. And with that all said and done, it looks like the Naga Sea Witch, the Demon Hunter, or the Death Knight, who is now at level 6, ends up giving the GG. JuicyFruit takes game 1 in this series. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.